Friends, welcome back to our channel Om Sai Bhojanapalli.
Friends, so we are doing the chapter International Financial Management, in which last class we are doing the area money market hedge with euro rates and domestic rates. We will do two problems, two examination questions, question number 25 and then question number 26 and question number 27, which is a very simple and straightforward question regarding the hedging of a foreign currency exposure. Once we complete those two sums, I will do question number 28 relating to exposure netting and tackling timing difference. Once we complete that, then we'll be going for disposal of forwards, for which I have given you a small chart. Based on this, we'll be doing 12 problems in the disposal of forwards. Next class, we will complete the disposal of forwards and do an area called as dealer's desk. And in one more class, we will complete this chapter, foreign exchange management. So as I said, as and when I complete a chapter, start doing the problem. First revise the problems done in the classroom and try to do the practice problems given at the end of the chapter. Now let us summarize what has been done till now before I proceed further. We all saw that companies which are engaged in cross-border trade, investments as well as financing are exposed to a very specific type of risk called as currency risk. The currency risk arises due to exchange rate fluctuations. They need to protect themselves against the currency risk, for which they adopt some strategies. These strategies are called as hedging strategies. The famous hedging strategies are forward hedging, money market hedging, leading, lagging, netting, and then currency options, currency futures and currency swaps. Apart from hedgers, the market also will be having arbiters and speculators. Arbitrators identify imperfection in the market and try to make profit out of it. We said we will be having two arbitrages in this particular chapter, covered interest arbitrage and currency arbitrage. We have already covered covered interest arbitrage. Then we saw how to deal with the foreign exchange from the dealer's desk. This was the agenda for this chapter. First we discussed regarding the basics of foreign exchange, namely direct quote and indirect quote. 1 unit of foreign currency in so many units of home currency is direct quote. 1 unit of home currency in so many units of foreign currency is indirect quote. 1 by direct is equal to indirect. 1 by indirect quote is equal to direct quote. Bid rate is the buying rate of banker. Offer rate is the selling rate of banker. Customer buys at offer rate. Customer sells at bid rate. Receivable exposure use bid rate. Payable exposure use offer rate. Provided the quote is a direct quote. Next, bid rate of an indirect quote is 1 by offer rate of a direct quote. Offer rate of an indirect quote is equal to 1 by bid rate of a direct quote. Cross rates are calculated when you don't have an exchange rate between two currencies straight away available, where we take a common currency quotation to establish the exchange rates. Then we discuss about forward hedging. Forward is a rate determined today for a transaction take place on a future date. A foreign currency forward can be quoted at premium or discount. If the forward rate is more, it is called as premium. Forward rate is less, it is called as discount. This premium or discount can be expressed as annualized percentage. Premium or discount in annualized percentage is forward rate minus spot rate divided by spot rate into 12 by n into 100. Also, the forward can be expressed outright or along with the swap point. Swap points ascending means premium swap point. Descending means discount swap points. Premium swap point should be added to spot. Discount swap point should be reduced from spot. Then we discuss about the forward rate determination. Forward rate is spot rate compounded to future. Foreign currency compound using the country's inflation rate. Home currency compound using this country's inflation rate. We'll be equating it to find out the forward rate as per the purchasing power parity theory. In case of interest rate parity, compound using the inflation rate of both the countries. In interest rate parity, if the interest rate parity holds good, there is no arbitrage. If there is a lack of interest rate parity, there exists covered interest arbitrage. There are two markets, money market, currency market. Money market we have borrowing and investing rate, and in currency we have buying and selling. If the money market you make a gain, you will be making a loss in the currency market, and vice versa. This gain or loss will be offsetting each other exactly. If the forward is as per IRPT, if they don't offset, there exists an arbitrage. Covered interest arbitrage for a single quote we have done in two ways, from money market angle, from a currency market angle. Money market angle, how many steps? 4 steps. Step number 1 is identify currency as local currency and foreign currency. Step 2 is calculate forward premium or discount. Step 3, apply rule. Compare local interest rate with adjusted foreign interest rate. Adjusted foreign interest rate is equal to foreign interest rate plus premium or foreign interest rate minus discount. Whichever rate is higher, there you invest. Lower rate we have to borrow. Then we have the action step. What are all the action steps? Borrow, convert, invest, realize, reconvert, repay borrowing and book margin. This is what is a single code. The other way around is step 1 is identification of the currencies. Step 2 is calculate IRPT forward. Step 3 is compare the IRPT forward with actual forward. Identify underpricing or overpricing and decide upon where to borrow and where to invest. Two-way quote, straight away go for the action step, because 3 factors influences money market interest difference, the forward and spot premium or discount, as well as the spread. In that case, we have to only go by trial and error basis to identify whether arbitrage exists. Once that is completed, we discuss about the next area called as money market hedge. In money market hedge, we discuss about a single quote money market hedge. We discuss about money market hedge with the two-way quotes, and third with the euro rates as well as what? Domestic rates. Tell me, there are two money markets. One is what? Domestic market. Second is offshore money market, which we call as euro market. A resident can borrow a local currency is domestic market, but if you want to borrow and invest a foreign currency, you have to access the euro market. Like that, it is for the other way around also. In a money market hedge, please tell me, I have $1 lakh receivable after 1 year. Today in US, today in dollar, I have to deposit or borrow? Borrow. I borrow at what rate? I borrow at what? Yeah? Dollar rate. What dollar rate? Euro dollar rate. Euro dollar lending rate. I have to discount at euro dollar lending rate. And what I should do is the borrow dollar I convert into rupees. This rupees I deposit in India. I deposit what rate? Domestic rupee deposit rate. It should be compounded. Is one angle. If it is payable, what to do is I have $1 lakh payable after 1 year. Today what I should do with the dollar? Deposit. If I deposit at what rate? Euro dollar deposit rate. For depositing, I have to what? Borrow local currency, purchase and deposit. When I borrow local currency, I should borrow at what rate? That is domestic rupee lending rate should be used for borrowing it. The conversion should take place as spot bid rate for receivable and spot offer rate for payable exposure. And instead of borrowing from a bank or depositing with the bank, we can also ask the supplier or the customer and pass it on to the customer or supplier as a discount. So that is what we call as the leading strategy. And we also discussed about leading with forward in the previous class. Respond. I think we're all comfortable or not? With this, we have completed this particular stage in the IFM. Let's continue doing more problems. Can I proceed or not? Now. Two sums, not very great concept, just to get used to it, that's all. Question number 26 and question number 27. Doing it because it is a past examination question. Repeated once or twice, that is why it is now being done. Okay. Nothing great or new. We are going to learn through that particular question. That's a common sense application problem. That's all. Okay. I don't know where to include, hence I include under money market debts to some extent. Can I proceed? So don't link the concept too much, nothing main part. So in main movie and all, there will be on sideline some comedy show, right or not? Same way, this is not in the main flow, to some extent in the main flow. So now let us understand the solution to question number 26 and 27. Please take question number 26. Electronic Corporation Limited, your customers have imported 5,000 cartridges at a landed cost in Bombay of $20 each. They have choice of paying the goods immediately or in 3 months' time. They have a clean overdraft limit with you where 18% per annum rate of interest is charged. Calculate which of the following methods would be cheaper to your customer. Pay in 3 months' time with interest at 15% and cover the exchange rate risk using forward for 3 months. Settle now at a current spot rate and pay interest on the overdraft for 3 months. Rates are as follows. Bombay, $1 is equal to 41.25. What rate it is? Bid rate. 41.55. It is offer rate. 3 months swap 25 bar 35. What is 25? That is, it is a premium swap or discount swap? Premium swap. It should be what? Added to the spot. So this is the question that has been given. Please go through the sum before you start with the solution. Shall I proceed above? Now, see, how many units, that is, you are the bank, your customer, he has imported how many units? 5,000 units. What is the cost of every unit? $20. So, the customer has to pay to his supplier how many dollars? How many dollars here? $1 lakh. So we can think ourselves as customer easy to discuss. Okay, we have to pay how many dollars? $1 lakh to the supplier, right or not? Now the question is, when it is payable? It is payable today. It is payable what? Today itself. Per se there is no exposure, right or not? The money is payable today. But we are having two options. Pay today this particular $1 lakh. So to pay today $1 lakh, we have to buy $1 lakh today or not? We buy $1 lakh today at spot rate or forward rate or spot rate. Spot bid rate or offer rate. What is spot offer rate? 41.55. So I purchase at $1 is equal to 41.55, $1 lakh and settle my supplier. Respond, yes or no? To purchase I require rupees or not? So what they can do is, I can avail a bank overdraft. I can avail a bank OD at what interest rate? 18% interest rate, and do the spot settlement. The bank OD has to be repaid along with the interest. Let's say it is for 3 months period. So it is a first option. Are you following on? Other option is, I ask my supplier, please don't ask me the money today. I will pay you after how many months? So instead of availing a 18% bank OD, I can go for what? A 15% interest payment. I say, I'll give me a credit, I'll pay you what? A supply credit interest rate of 15%. And in that case, should I pay the same $1 lakh or more than that? More than that. So that I'll be covering using what cover? Forward cover. I'll cover using what rate? Forward offer rate. So out of these two, whichever gives me the lowest outflow, that should be selected. Is the answer for this particular sum. Respond yes or no? Are you following an order? No. Nothing great to think. It is only a simple, straightforward transaction between two options. One should be selecting it. Can you start doing the solution together or not? Now, let's start with the solution. Okay, facts. Facts. Exposure. It is question number 26. Question number 26. Exposure. Tell me how many units into how many dollars? 5,000 units into $20. 5,000 units into $20 is equal to $1 lakh. Exposure is equal to $1 lakh. Exposure is equal to $1 lakh. That's it. I think you are all following or not. Can I proceed? Next. Spot rate. What is the spot rate given? $1 is equal to how much rupees? 41.25, 41.55. 41.25, 41.55. 3 months forward rate. Should I add or subtract extra points? Add. 41.25 plus 0.25 gives you 41.50. 41.55 plus 0.35 gives you 41.90. 3 months forward rate is 41.50 and 41.90. 41.50 and 41.90. Now, can I proceed above? Now, write down. Next. Option 1. Option 1. Forward cover. There is point A, they said no, pay in 3 months time with an interest of 15%. They said or not? Option 1, give the heading forward cover. Option 1, forward cover. Can you start or not? No. Month 0. That means today. If I pay today, how much should I pay? $1 lakh. Month 0, today I should pay $1 lakh. Month 0, $1 lakh. If you are not able to understand, stop and ask me. Can I proceed above? No. But am I going to pay today or after 3 months? After 3 months. Will a supplier accept the same $1 lakh? No. He said, I will charge you how much percent? I'll charge you 15%. 15% is always what? Per annum. That means I have to calculate for how many months? 3 months. Take the calculator. Tell me 15% divided by 4. How much percent? 3.75%. Please take the calculator. 1 lakh into 1.0375. All of you do the calculation, please. 1 lakh into 1.0375. 1 lakh into 1.0375. Tell me how many dollars? $1,03,750. Interest at 15%. $1,03,750. $103,750. $1,03,750. Okay. If I pay today, I have to pay 1 lakh. But I'm going to pay after how many months? 3 months. That means my exposure become how many dollars? $1,03,750. At the end of third month, these many dollars has to be purchased and settled. Yes or no? No. I purchased so many dollars using spot rate or forward rate? Forward rate. Forward bid rate or offer rate? Offer rate. What's the forward offer rate? 41.90. So now, just write 41.90. 41.90. 103,750 into 41.90. I want to help me out in calculation. $1,03,750 into 41.90. How much it is going to be? 43,47,125 rupees. Rupees 43,47,125. 43,47,125. 43,47,125 rupees. 43,47,125 rupees. Respond. Are you following or not? No. So this is regarding the first option, namely what? Deferred credit and cover using the forward. This is what I call as lagging. I call as what? Because the amount is payable what? Today. But what I do is I just postpone it. Leading means what? Preponing it. I'm just going to go on to postpone it. The lagging is covered using what? Yeah, forward hedging. This is also sometimes a better strategy. I'll tell you the reason. Because say here the interest rate is 15%, right or not? Yes, correct, huh? And if I go for overdraft, the interest rate is 18%, right or not? Which is better? Borrowing at 15% or 18%? Don't say like that, because if I borrow here 15%, the currency may gain a premium. Yes or no? No. I have to check. I have to what? Check, because if the forward rate is somewhat higher, I'll rather go for overdraft facility. Everybody followed and say. Once again, it's like a money market hedge only. Everybody following not. Only thing is money payable today. I'm using the money market for what? Lagging to see whether I have a better deal. Are you following what I'm saying? So again, from now onwards, never should you make a mistake. If I say India interest rate is 18%. In some other country interest rate is 20%. No, don't jump and say sir, 18% is what? Less, 20% is what? More. Because interest rate across two countries can never be compared unless you adjust it for what? Exchange rates also. Everybody, are you following or not? So now this is the first strategy. Can you do it elaborately or not? No. Don't get irritated that every time I do the sum two times. First using diagram and then using what? The calculation. It is helpful for your revision later. Exam one way if you present, that is more than enough. Can I proceed? Now, see. Option 1, forward, cover. Let us read together. Option 1, forward, cover. What is drawn in the diagram is repeated once again. Option 1, forward, cover. Option 1, forward, cover. Exposure. $1 lakh into $1 lakh into 1 plus $1 lakh into 1 plus 15% means 0.15. Got $1 lakh into 1 plus 0.15 by 4. The divided by 4 is only for what? 15%. I said number of times in the previous class also, right or not? 1 plus R by 4. Okay, 0.15 by 4 is equal to $103,750 is equal to $1,03,750. Bracket la, if paid on deferred credit, if paid on deferred credit, 15% interest for 3 months is payable. If paid on deferred credit, 15% interest for 3 months is payable. If paid on deferred credit, 15% interest for 3 months is payable. 15% interest for 3 months is payable. Everybody, can I proceed now? Forward exchange rate. Forward exchange rate. Answer my question. Forward bid or forward offer? It is 41.90 offer rate. Rupees 41.90 offer rate. Rupee outflow. Rupee outflow. 103,750 into 41.90. Rupee outflow 103,750 into 41.90. 103,750 into 41.90. Rupees 43,47,125. Rupees 43,47,125. 43,47,125. Everybody, can I proceed above? Everybody, yes or no? Now, the second option is what? Pay at spot by doing a overdraft facility. Can I proceed? Now, option 2. Avail OD and pay now. You the thing? Option 2. Avail overdraft and pay now. Avail OD and pay now. Avail OD and pay now. Shall we start or not? No. Okay. How much I have to pay? $1 lakh. I have to pay $1 lakh. Now, this $1 lakh should be purchased by paying how much rupees per dollar? 41.55. So borrow how much INR? 41 lakh 55,000. Borrow INR 41 lakh 55,000. Borrow INR 41 lakh 55,000. Probably the arrow mark should be this way. I borrow money and then convert it into dollars. You just put the arrow mark other way. Borrow INR 41 lakh 55,000. Tell me, this amount will be repaid along with interest or not? Yes. For this, how much interest is charged here? 18%. Okay. Tell me, 18% is for 1 year. What is for 4 months here? 18% divided by 4. What is for 3 months? 18% divided by 4. How much for 3 months? 4.5%. Right, 41 lakh 55,000 into 1.045. Multiply and tell me, 41 lakh 55,000 into 1.045. How much going to be the number? 43 lakhs 41,975. 43 lakhs 41,975. 43 lakhs 41,975. 43 lakhs 41,975. Respond. Are you following now? Now, this is how much percent interest? I am paying 18% interest. I pay 18% interest. Okay. Shall I proceed? No. Option 2, avail OD, pay now. We are doing it elaborately. Avail OD, pay now. Amount of OD to be availed. Avail OD, pay now. Amount of overdraft to be availed. Amount of OD to be availed. $1 lakh into 41.55. $1 lakh into 41.55 is equal to 41 lakh 55,000. $1 lakh into 41.55 is equal to 41 lakh 55,000. Rupee outflow when OD is repaid with interest. Rupee outflow when OD is repaid with interest. Rupee outflow when OD is repaid with interest. When OD is repaid with interest. Tell me, what into what? 41 lakh 55,000 into 1 plus 0.18 by 4. 41 lakh 55,000 into 1 plus 0.18 by 4. 1 plus 0.18 by 4. 1 plus 0.18 by 4. Respond. Can I proceed upon? No. Is equal to 43 lakh 41,975. Rupees 43 lakh 41,975. 43 lakh 41,975. Can I move to the next point or not? No. Conclusion. Forward cover. Just simply write forward cover. Conclusion. Forward cover. 43 lakh 47,125. Forward cover 43 lakh 47,125. 43 lakh 47,125. Spot payment using OD. Spot payment using OD. Spot payment using OD. 43 lakhs 41,975. Spot payment using OD. 43 lakh 41,975. 43 lakh 41,975. Tell me, which is cheaper here? It is better to avail OD and make spot payment. Conclusion. Select spot payment with OD. Select spot payment with OD. Select spot payment with OD. Okay. Now, those who understood this sum, because we started a little bit late, also hurriedly. Now, those who understood this sum, tell me, raise your hand. Those who understood some, raise a hand. I think you are fully comfortable or not. One more thing is, not related to our main discussion like money market is and all, somewhat a little bit different problem but a easy one. Now, this problem, you believe it or not, has been asked in the examination for around 9 marks. How many marks here? 9 marks. I was also Looking at why they asked for what? 9 marks. I just figured it for so many long. I don't know still why it is worth 9 marks, because there's nothing great that has been done. Simply we used what? Two strategies. One is to compound and pay using forward. Other is what? Avail OD and pay and then compound the rupees. Okay. Which is better should be selected. Can I proceed or not? Now. Let's go to the next sum. Yet another examination problem of the same type. Okay, take question number 27. Take question number 27. Before that, one IPCC discussion, very simple. Even school days you should have studied it. I'll confirm it and then proceed further. Okay, see. Suppose I deposited 10,000 rupees. How much rupees? 10,000 rupees at an interest rate of 10%. How much percent? 10%. For a term of 1 year. For a term of what? 1 year. Tell me, what is the maturity value? Maturity value is what? Principal into 1 plus r power n. Respond yes or no. In which what is the principal? 10,000 into 1.10 for how many years? 1 year. Is how much rupees? Is equal to 11,000. Respond. Can I proceed now? Suppose I add one extra data. Interest is compounded half yearly. Interest is compounded what? Half yearly. When I compound half yearly, tell me, let me same 11,000 changes. Yes. Less than 11,000, more than 11,000? It will be what? More than 11,000. How you do? Very simple. Convert the entire problem into periods and then do it. I think you are following not? No. I'll tell you like this. Maturity value is equal to what? A principal? 10,000. Okay. Don't say interest is 10% per annum. It is 5% per period. Accept that. Now convert the problem into what? Periods. Don't say I'm depositing for 1 year. I'm depositing how many periods? 2 periods. Everybody following what I'm saying? In that case, how to calculate? 10,000 into, please tell me, 1.05 power 2. Tell me what is 10,000 1.05 power 2? 1.05 into 1.05 into 10,000. What's the number? 11,000? 11,025. So the maturity value is 11,025. Now, I have a doubt. I deposited in both the examples same amount. I deposited same amount. I deposited at same interest rate. Yes or no? I also deposited for the same period. Amount also same. Interest also same. Term also same. Right or not? But still, why maturity value is different? Because not only these three influences, frequency of compounding also becomes what? Very important. Because when I compound once in every 6 months, the interest becomes due what? Every 6 months. It becomes a principal for the subsequent interest. Are you following what I am saying? I will be earning interest on interest. Just to say how it became 11,055, I can say like this. Tell me how much I deposit as principal? 10,000. At the end of 6 months, I'll earn some interest or not? Yes. On this 10,000, how much interest I earn? 5%. What is 5% on 10,000? I earn 500 interest. For the next subsequent 6 months, will I calculate interest on 10,000, 10,500 or 10,500? I don't consume interest. I reinvest interest. It's an assumption. Everybody following? Now, that's what we call power of compounding. Can I proceed? Now, in that case, if I invest back, what is the principal? 10,500. On the 12th month, I'm going to apply 5% on what? 10,500. What is the interest? 525. That's how the money became what? 11,025. So I am able to earn interest on interest. If the compounding is much more frequent. Everybody, are you following or not? Now, we'll see about the frequency of compounding in very much elaborate discussion and discuss an area called as derivatives later. But this small issue, everybody should be knowing it. Are you following it or not? Now, because one adjustment is this in the next sum. Okay, please take the next problem. That is question number 27. Take question number 27. Alpha Limited is planning to import a multi-purpose machine from a US based supplier at a cost of US dollar 10,000. The company proposes to avail 6 months loan from a bank in India carrying an interest of 12% per annum calculated on quarterly risk. That means interest is compounded every year or every 3 months. So our period is how many months here? 3 months. Respond. Are you all following up? No. And to pay the cost of the mission. There is also an offer from the supplier to arrange for a 6 months credit subject to the following condition. An irrevocable letter of credit is to be open and interest at LIBOR of 2% per annum is to be paid at the end of the period. Other information. Spot rate for US dollar 48. Forward rate for US dollar 6 months 48.50. LC commission payable upfront, not different. LC commission payable upfront. UP upfront is 1%. Would you advise company to accept the offer of supplier for credit? And if so, under what condition? Show your workings is the question. Okay. Go through the problem before I start with the solution. Shall I start up? Now, see, what is the amount payable by me to the supplier? How many dollars here? $10,000. There are two options that is available for me. One is settle the $10,000 today itself. $10,000 today itself. For that I require money or not? For this, what I can do? Borrow a loan from the bank. For how many months period? 6 months period at an interest of 12%. That interest gets compounded every 3 months is point number one. Respond yes or no. Simple issue. Or the other option is instead of going to the bank and asking for loan, I can ask my supplier, let me pay the money not today. Let me pay after what? 6 months. In that case, my supplier is having a risk or not? And when he allows me to pay later, I may become a bad debt, because when a credit is given, there is always a risk of bad debt. So very simple, always understand one thing. If I sell to a local person, then I have a hold on him because he is in my country itself, right or not? At least I can go register a complaint or a case against him to recover the money, yes or no? So localite, if I sell on credit basis, it is not having so much procedures. But if I give a credit to a person abroad, the problem is he is in a different country having different law, right or not? In that case, always I like to guarantee myself for the payment, right? So any person who is having receivables in foreign currency will ask for what? A cover. It may be a bank guarantee, it may be a letter of credit given by the bank. So nothing need to go deep into procedural aspect. Understand that both are nothing but what? The person, if he defaults, the bank stands to what? Pay. Is what the bank tries to say. It is as good as a guarantee given. For others, they will be charging a commission or not? Yes. So now my supplier said that, okay, if you want to pay after 6 months, I'll accept. But two conditions. Condition number one is, I will not accept how many dollars? $10,000. You should pay $10,000 plus what? Interest. How much interest you should pay? 2%. A LIBOR interest rate of 2% you should be paying. The 2% is always per annum. What are the 6 months here? 1%. I have to pay for 6 months. Point number one. Accept or not? Next. Apart from that, you should get an LC from your bank in my favor. You get what? An LC from your bank in my favor. So the bank is giving me a guarantee now or not? For that, the bank will charge some service charge. They charge how much percent commission? 1% LC commission. Now the question is, should I avail loan and settle today, or can I go for what? A default credit and pay with a interest of 2% LIBOR as well as a bank credit, which can be covered using a forward cover. Respond. Are you following? What I am saying? So now let's start doing the solution to this particular sum. Okay, now see. You need not copy the diagram. So many times I have copied or not. Now you can copy the main solution. You can participate in the diagram, say discussion, but we can copy the main part of the solution. That is more than sufficient. Can I proceed? Now please all of you participate. Borrow and pay. Borrow and pay. Tell me how much should be paid today. How much should be paid today? $10,000. Please. For purchasing $10,000, I should use spot rate or forward rate? What is spot rate here? 48. That means how much rupee should I borrow? 48 into 10,000. Gives how much rupee should be borrowed here? Should be 4,80,000. This 4,80,000 borrowing should be repaid along with the interest or not? Now, yes or no? Yes. Now how much interest? 12% per annum. I am going to borrow for how many months here? 6 months. But I am going to compound for how many months here? 2 times. I say always calculate interest per period. Please everybody respond. Interest for 1 year is 12%. What is for interest for 3 months? What is interest for 3 months here? 3%. Napa, right or not? Now. So every period interest how much percentage here? 3%. I am going to compound for how many periods? 2 periods. Now 6 months having 2 periods or not? Take the calculator. 1.03 into 1.03 into 10,000. Please tell me 1.03 into 1.03 into 10,000 will give you a number. Tell me what the number it is? 5 lakh? Into 4 lakh? So sorry, not 10. Sorry. 4,80,000 into 1.03 into 1.03. I just told the principal wrongly. 4,80,000 into 1.03 into 1.03. Tell me what the number here? What the number? 5,09,232. It is nothing but principal is 4,80,000 into 1 plus r power 2 gives you the number. Otherwise, you can say like this. 4,80,000 I borrow today or not? After 3 months the interest is 4,80,000 into 12% into 3 by 12. What the interest? 14,400. Now the next 3 months interest will be on 4,80,000 or 4,94,400. 4,94,400 on the 12% interest what? 3 months. There is another 14,832. This becomes a maturity value. Respond. Are you following or not? No. So now let us do it together. Write down option 1. Avail bank OD and pay now. Write option 1. Avail bank OD and pay now. Option 1. Avail bank OD and pay now. Avail bank OD and pay now. Exposure $10,000. Avail bank OD and pay now. Exposure $10,000. Exposure $10,000. Spot rate. Tell me what the spot rate here? Rupees 48. Spot rate rupees 48. So to buy this $10,000 at 48 rupees, how much money should I borrow? Borrowings, how much rupees? 4,80,000. Borrowings, 4,80,000. Should I repay borrowing or borrowing with interest? Borrowing with interest. Interest, quarter 1. Interest, underline that, quarter 1, 14,400. Interest, quarter 1, 14,400. 4,80,000 into 12% into 3 by 12. 4,80,000 into 12% into 3 by 12. 4,80,000 into 12% into 3 by 12. Are you understanding writing or not? Next, quarter 2. quarter 2. Tell me what is quarter 2 interest? 14,832. Quarter 2 interest 14,832. How I calculate this number? 4,80,000 plus 14,400 becomes the principal amount. 4,80,000 plus 14,400 on this 12% interest for 3 months into 12% 3 months into 12% 3 months. Tell me what is the amount here? It is 5,09,232. 5,09,232. Rupees 509,232. Rupees 5,09,232. 5,09,232. Remember, respond. Are you following? Now. So this is what? Today itself settled by availing what? OD. The other option is what? Lagging. The other option is what? Lagging. But when I want to lag my payment, the other party, supplier, will accept the same amount of extra amount of extra. He charges how much percent interest? 2% interest. The LIBOR rate is 2%. Now, don't ask me what is LIBOR. We'll have a separate discussion about LIBOR in the interest rate swap chapter later. Okay. We'll be having a separate chapter discussed called as interest rate swap, currency swaps and all. In that the benchmark rate that will be used is LIBOR, MIBOR, etc. How those rates are arrived in the market, how it is quoted, everything about that we'll be discussing in the later stage. I don't want to sidetrack the issue. LIBOR is an interest rate. LIBOR is what? Interest rate. In this case, how much percentage? 2% they given. That's all. Are you following or not? Now, SBI gives an interest rate or not? Yes, that is what interest rate? SBI interest rate. We have what? Axis Bank interest rate or not? What interest rate here? Axis Bank interest rate. Like there is an interest rate quoted called as what? LIBOR. There are so many interest rate, T-bill rates, LIBOR rate, prime lending rates, so MIBOR, so many interest rates are there. And what it is, how they are arrived at, how they are quoted in the real market, we'll be discussing in a separate area called as what? Interest rate swaps. But now understand that the LIBOR is how much percent? 2% they are charging you. Everybody yes or no? Now, apart from the interest they are charging you, they are also asking for what? LC. They said, I will accept your lagging only when you secure me using what? An LC from your bank. I asked my bank, please give me a guarantee. Please say that I am Harishchandra. So bank said, I will say you are Harishchandra, but give me money for that. Yes or no? So what the bank charges here? 1% as a LC commission. Can I proceed or not? No. So let's see how it is going to work. Can I proceed? No. Okay. Diagram please, no need to copy. We can just do the solution. Okay. Diagram not even discussed, 2-time discussion we start about. Let's discuss straight away what? The option to deferred credit. Can we start or not? Write down option to deferred credit. Option to deferred credit. So don't think I am just running away. All these are routine issues. I don't want to waste time and saying the same thing 2 times. Okay. Option to deferred credit. Exposure. $10,100. Exposure $10,100. Tell me how it is 10,100. If I pay today, it is what? $10,000. I pay after how many months? 6 months. The LIBOR rate is 2% per annum. Limit is what? 2% per annum. That is what is for 6 months here? 1%. Don't do quarterly compounding because question never said that LIBOR should be compounded what? Quarterly. Our Indian bank only asked for what? A quarterly compounding for the 12%. I think you are all following or not? So don't apply quarterly compounding. There is an annual compounding only. Are you following on? So it is $10,000 into 1.01. $10,000 plus 2% into 10,000 into 6 by 12. That's how I got it. How I got $10,100? Bracket like $10,000 plus interest is 2% into 10,000 into 6 by 12. 2% interest on 10,000 for 6 months into 6 by 12. This is exposure. Everybody, can I proceed or not? Next. Forward rate. Now, I am going to buy this $10,000 today or after 6 months? After 6 months. So I want an exchange rate today or after 6 months? After 6 months. What the forward rate that is agreed today? It is how much here? 48.5. For a forward rate is 48.5. Forward rate 48.5. Can I proceed on? Now. The outflow is every dollar I pay 48.5 and buy it. What the amount spent to buy $10,100? 4,89,850. So the amount is 4,89,850. 4,89,850. 489,850. It is 10,100 into 48.5. 10,100 into 48.5. Okay. Now, stop writing and tell me up to this calculation. Are you following up? No. Apart from this, should I pay any more amount? What should I pay? LC commission. How much LC commission? Okay. Now, LC commission is how much? 1%. Answer my question. The bank gives me a cover on how many dollars? That is, I have to pay my supplier $10,100 or not. The bank says, if he does not pay, I will pay for him. Are you following what I am saying? That is what we call as what? A bank guarantee. LC is something similar to what? Bank guarantee. Very simple. I am saying to my supplier, I have to pay you $10,100. So no, if I run away, to whom the supplier will catch? The bank. So the bank says, in this default, I will pay what? $10,100. So bank is giving me a guarantee or not. On that bank, how much commission? 1%. This 1% commission should be applied on $10,000 or $10,100. That is a cover given $10,100. That means tell me the LC commission in dollars. 10,100 into what? 1%. How many dollars commission here? $101 LC commission. Right or not? So I have to give my bank an LC commission. How many dollars? $101. Tell me, this commission is payable today or after 6 months? Yeah, they give me guarantee today after 6 months. The service is given what? Today. The commission should be paid what? Upfront. Otherwise, bank will not get commission, also money also. It's not having double loss or not. In that case, he is giving guarantee today for you, right or not? He charges what? Commission today itself. So the LC commission of $101 is payable what? Today. So today you can buy the $101 at forward rate or spot rate? What is spot rate? Tell me, calculator. $101 into 48 gives how much it pays? 4848. How much pays? 4848. Where to go for 4848? Can I steal pickpocket 4848? Where to go 4848? Yeah. Borrow 4848 for how many months here? 6 months. At what percent? 12%. Then that can be added to this and that becomes a total outflow. Everybody, are you following what I am saying? So now see the calculation now. Next is LC commission at future value. Now, LC commission at future value. Write down LC commission at future value. LC commission at future value. No need to write. Stop writing and tell me the calculation. 5,143. Don't write here. I'll give you time to write. 2 minutes only to write. Participate. How I got it? $10,100 is a guarantee given by the bank. For that, how much commission they charge? Can you tell me LC commission in dollars? $101. This $101 is payable after 6 months or today. So I have to purchase this $101 from the bank at how much rupees? 48 rupees. That means how much rupees I have to spend? 4,848. 4,848 rupees has been spent or not? Now, my question is, can I add this 4,89,850 and 4,848? These two numbers are addable or not addable? Not addable. 4,89,850 is the money after what? 6 months. This is the money what? Today. Time will have money prevents me in adding it. Yes or no? So what I assume is, I borrow 4,848 and then settle my LC commission. Yes or no? I borrow 4,848 at how much percent? 12%. How many months here? 6 months. Compounded quarterly. Hence there is 1.03 power 2 is the compounding. Right or not? And the LC commission of 5143 and the total outflow for me is going to be battery. The total outflow is 4,94,993 is the solution for this particular sum. Everybody following or not? So now please copy the last two lines. LC commission payable at future value. LC commission at future value 5,143. LC commission at future value 5,143. $10,100 into 1%. $10,100 into 1% into 48 into 1.03 power 2. $10,100 into 1% into 48 into 1.03 power 2. Total outflow. $4,94,993. Total outflow 4,94,993. 4,94,993. Everybody following or not? Now, tell me which is better here? Conclusion. By conclusion, option rupee outflow. Conclusion, option rupee outflow. Option 1, 5,09,232. Option 1, 5,09,232. You are having the track of the solution now? First slide, 5,09,232. Option 2, 4,94,993. Option 2, 4,94,993. Which is better, spot payment or lagging? Write down, recommended to lag the payment. Recommended to lag the payment as it results in least outflow. Recommended to lag the payment as it results in least outflow. Recommended to lag the payment as it results in least outflow. As it results in least outflow. Okay, now 1 minute. This sum is an examination problem. It is an examination problem. So we calculated the 1% LC commission on $10,000 or $10,100 $10,100 because that is what is the payable. The bank is giving me the guarantee. Am I right or not? No. Same type of sum but different sets of numbers has been once more asked in the examination. I have given that sum in the practice problem segment in the workbook. In the back I have given a practice problem. You need not look at it. Believe me, when you do it will be coming across that sum. Okay, a problem has been given in the practice problem segment. Same type of sum. Once again an examination problem. Okay, on that the LC commission is calculated not on the future value 10,100 payable but on what? The spot payable, invoice amount, the spot. I think you are all following. No. So, same sum, they have done what? 2 different ways. But I feel that this is the better method because bank charges commission not for the consideration you are paying for the import of goods. They charge commission for the cover they are giving you. Or they are giving you how much cover? $10,100 cover. So for the $100 also you should get 1% commission or not. In that case, this is a much more better way of presenting it. So this is how you can just present in the examination. Not to get confused, I just said beginning itself in the practice problem segment, I have solved the problem as the suggested answer as solved. I think you are following because the answer should not differ. So I have solved in the same way how the suggestion has given the solution. But there the LC commission is charged not on the future value but on what the spot payment value itself. I think you are finding the difference or not. So you can just give a note in the examination also regarding how you treat the LC commission. Okay, with this we completed question number 26 and then question number 27. Now what is learned in these 2 sums? Nothing has been learned. In my opinion, nothing has been what? Learned. We just got exposed to 2 more extra sums at all. I did not discuss any concrete concept in these 2 sums except that I am lagging my payment. I am just what? Lagging my payment. Apart from that, nothing more has been learned. Can I move to the next concept or not? Now, give the heading exposure netting. Give the heading exposure netting. Okay. If we have seen strategies, forward over, money market hedge over, leading over, last two problems are what? Lagging. Amount may be payable today, but I use what? The supply credit to lag and make the payment tomorrow. If it has advantages, then the local interest rate have to borrow and pay. So lagging also has been over, right or not? Now, the next strategy is what? Exposure netting. Apart from the three more items you have, namely what? Currency options, currency futures and currency swaps. Currency options and currency futures I discuss in a separate chapter called as application of derivatives. There's a chapter in a workbook called as application of derivatives. In that we'll be doing currency options and currency futures problems separately. For currency swap, we have a separate chapter with 12 problems. I think I'm following on. So currency swap is a separate chapter we're going to discuss, and currency option and futures we'll be discussing a chapter called as application of derivatives. I don't want to mix all those things now because then I have to teach you about the options, futures and their working, etc. It becomes once again a deviation. Those three will be discussing in the later stages along with the derivative segment. Everybody following on? With exposure netting, whatever we could discuss now, the hedging strategies are completed. Can I see? Now, it's a very simple strategy. Let's start with our discussion. See, it's nothing great. I have imported some goods for $10,000. Suppose I have exported also some goods for $10,000. Tell me, I'm having two exposures. One is what? Receivable $10,000. Another is what? Payable $10,000. Right or not? Now, I collect $10,000, convert into rupees, and then use that rupees. Once again what? Buy $10,000, settle my payable. Is it a good strategy or not? It is bad. That is, I should not convert the $10,000 receivables into rupees, and I should not once again buy back what? $10,000 to settle my payable. The reason is, I'll be unnecessarily losing spread to the banker. Everybody following or not? So, what we should do is always, the first strategy for any finance director of a company is to see for netting possibilities. To see for what possibilities? Netting possibilities, where he should try to knock off a receivable with help of what? Payable. Sorry, a payable with help of what? Receivables in the foreign currencies. Are you following what I am saying? This procedure we call as what? Exposure netting. This has got two advantages. Got how many advantages? Two advantages. Number one. Suppose I have a receivable after 1 year, $1 lakh. I have a payable after what? 1 year, $1 lakh. Now, in that case, if I don't do netting, I'm having a risk, right? What risk? I don't know what will be the exchange rate after 1 year, right? Isn't that correct? After 1 year, if $1 lakh receivable, I don't know how much rupees it will become, right or not? After 1 year, if the $1 lakh becomes payable, I don't know how much will be the rupee outflow. So there is an exposure, right or not? By netting, I need not worry about the exchange at all, right or not? Only when I am going to convert, I need to worry about exchange rate. When I am not going to convert, I am going to only what? Knockout means, in that case, I need not worry about exchange rate. So netting is a hedging strategy. Point number one, right or not? Why is hedging strategy? Because by avoiding conversion, I hedge my risk. Are you following? Right or not? No. It is not only hedging strategy, it is also beneficial because conversion, reconversion involves spread. It's not because when I sell the $1 lakh to bank, they buy from me only at what rate? Bid rate. The same day, the same $1 lakh I ask the bank, they give me at what rate? Offer rate. I also lose what? Spread. That's so netting gives you two benefits in one shot. It avoids what? Currency risk, and number two is what? It also helps you to avoid the spread. So always, every company in the first instance should try to what? Net its currency flows, and unnetted exposure only should be hedged using forward, money market, etc., etc. Everybody following on. So whenever a company is what? Trading in foreign currencies, it is having imports, exports, etc. The first thing it should try to do is what? net the foreign currency cash flows. Where the netting is not possible, then only they have to go for what? Other hedging strategies. Everybody following, huh? Issue one now. Is netting legally allowed? Next question arises now. Netting is what? Legally allowed. Okay. So in Foreign Exchange Management Act itself, we have a section called as Section 2Y, called as the definition of repatriation. The definition of repatriation comes in Section 2Y. The same definition repeated once again in the regulations. Foreign exchange, surrender, realization and repatriation of foreign currency regulation. There also copy and paste. The same definition has been given. Repatriation means it is a duty of every citizen or every resident to collect foreign currency and repatriate into India. That is due to him. Right or not? I think I'll know it or not. Okay, that means I'll tell you now. See, you have exported goods. A person in US having $1 lakh receivable. You have $1 lakh receivable. Can write down the $1 lakh bad debts? Because you cannot. Because the country gives you an obligation that any foreign currency receivable, you have an obligation to realize as well as what? Repatriate within 180 days. Some timeline has been what? Given for different varieties of currency flows. Are you following not? So, there is an obligation in Section 8 of MR that every person who is having what? Receivables in foreign currency has got no right to what? Waive the receivable. He should surely what? Collect it as well as what? Realize and then repatriate into India is an obligation put on the resident. Are you following? You may say, sir, if he is not paying, what happens now? You have to prove to the RBI with sufficient proof that you have taken all the necessary steps to what? Collect the money from him. Still, if you are not able to receive, then only there will be what? Giving you a permission to waive it. Are you following what I am saying? So here, for example, MTH care, you don't pay the fees, yeah? Then it becomes what? Bad debts. RBI cannot come. Right or not? Suppose a person from US comes to attend our class. For example, okay, so the fees is receivable in what? Dollars. In that case, can MTH care waive the fees? It cannot, because it is receivable in what? Foreign currency, has got a duty to realize and repatriate. Everybody following not in that. What is repatriate? A question arises, no. In that they say there are three modes in which repatriation is allowed. One is bringing into India the foreign currency and converting into what? Local currency with an authorized dealer. Number one. Understood? Correct? You are having a $10,000 check means convert the $10,000 check into what? Equivalent rupees by giving it to an authorized dealer. Is the first way of repatriating money into India. Are you following? Second is getting that foreign currency and depositing in an approved foreign currency account with the bank. Okay, there are so many foreign currency accounts allowed to be maintained. There is something called as EFC account, called as what? Exchange earners foreign currency account, RFC account, resident foreign currency account, and so on. So you are allowed to open certain foreign currency account in the regulations. And if you have $10,000, you need not convert into rupees. You can put the dollar into what? Approved foreign currency account. Everybody following or not? This is also what? Repatriation. Third repatriation is using foreign currency receivable to settle what? A foreign currency payable is also what? Repatriation. The third is called as what? Exposure netting. That is, you have a $10,000 receivable, you receive a check, you just want once again redirect the check to what? Your other supplier. You use a foreign currency receivable to settle the foreign currency payable in any manner. In that case, it is called as what? Exposure netting. It is also an allowed method of repatriation under Section 2A of this particular act. Everybody following that? That means, is netting allowed or not allowed? It is legally allowed, because otherwise banks will be making huge profits. Companies daily dealing in what? Foreign currency flows will have to suffer so much loss due to spread against them. Are you following not? So netting is allowed. So your first option is to go for what? Netting. Only if you are not able to net, you have to go for what? Hedging strategy is point number one. I just wanted to communicate. Everybody following not? I'll give brief notes about this later. Let's go for the problem. Okay. In the problem, what you're going to do is, sir, netting what is so great? $10,000 receivable, $10,000 payable. So what is that to do in the problem? Okay, the problem is netting with a timing difference. Netting with what? Timing difference. For example, receivable comes after 9 months. Payable occurs in what? 6 months. Netting possible? Understand the question or not? See, I have to pay $10,000 in 6 months. But I'll receive $10,000 only in how many months? 9 months. In that case, is netting possible? It is possible. How to do that? One will be discussing in this particular area called as exposure netting with the timing difference. Straight netting is not an issue. $100 receivable, $100 payable, knock it off. But netting should take place. But there is also a timing difference. How to do such an exposure netting will be the sum we are going to do in the next stage. That is question number 28. Take question number 28 in the workbook. Take question number 28. Okay. The Woolworth Corporation USA is committed to the following transactions in 90 days. Please. Make interest payment to French bank FFR 100. Receive Deutschmark 160 for goods sold to German retailer in 180 days. Receive French franc 100 in payment for sales to a French manufacturer. Make Deutschmark 160 payment to German supplier for product. Spot exchange rate today is Deutschmark 1.6000 per dollar. Other foreign exchange rates and interest rates data are as follows. 90 days forward Deutschmark given. 180 days forward Deutschmark given. 90 days interest rate Deutschmark 9.5%, 180 day interest rate 8.25%, 90 day dollar interest rate 2%, 180 days dollar interest rate is 2.5%. Demonstrate how the US company can achieve certainty of value for its future payables and receivables is a question that is being asked. Okay. Now, I'll just give you 2 minutes time. Read the question before I start with the solution. Okay. Don't read the exchange rates and all, that we can just pick it up whenever required. Can we start or not? Now, see. Your home country is which country? The company is in which country? US. The home currency is dollars. Now, it is having exposure in 2 currencies, right or not? What are 2 currencies? French franc and then Deutschmark. France and then Germany, 2 currencies having the exposure. Now, take the French franc. It has to make a payment. Say they said, the following transaction is going to happen in how many days? 90 days. After 90 days, it has to make an interest payment. It has to make what? An interest payment of how many FFR? 100 FFR. This is a payable exposure after 90 days, right or not? Now, similarly, after 90 days, it is also having what? A receivable of how many FFR? 100 FFR. From whom? From a French manufacturer. Respond, are you following or not? For a sales to a French manufacturer. That means after 90 days, I have a receivable of what? 100 French franc. I got a payable of what? 100 French franc. So these two can be netted off straight away, right or not? So that is why the question did not give you any French franc interest rate or exchange rate for calculation. Point number 1, right or not? So is perfect netting possible against a French franc 100 or not? Yes, sir. The receivable also occurs in 90th day. The payable also occurs in 90th day. Those two can be knocked off. Can I proceed or not? Now, next come to the Deutschmark. Now, I am going to receive how many Deutschmark? After how many days? After 6 months, I am going to receive 160 Jewish mark for a sales made to a German person. Right or not? At the same time, I have to make payment of how many Jewish mark? 160 Jewish mark to a German supplier. After how many months here? 3 months, 90 days. Yes or no? The problem is, I have a Jewish mark payable 160 after how many days? 90 days. I also have what? A Jewish mark receivable 160 after how many days? 180 days. Now the question is, can net these two transactions up? Prima facie, no. The cash flow is having what? Timing different, but still we'll try to net as much as possible. For that only I am going to discuss the strategy now. Everybody following on? So I am going to discuss about what strategy? Netting strategy. When you have a timing difference is an issue here. Everybody following on? Yes or no? Can you start doing the solution? No. No need to copy. I'll do it and then give you time to copy it. Okay. See. Netting possibilities. Interest payment of FFR 100 can be netted off against receivables of FFR 100. Yes or no? Yes, sir. Let participate. Yes or no? Yes, sir. That end far left. Are you following? Huh? I think can I proceed? Okay. Now, next is Jewish mark 160 receivable can be netted off against Jewish mark 160 payable. However, perfect netting not possible due to timing difference. That is, payable falls due in 3 months, receivables in 6 months. Ennappa, right or not? Now, how to tackle the timing difference is a main issue here. Everybody, can I proceed? Huh? Okay. Now, options for tackling timing difference. I have 2 methods of tackling. Whichever is what? Best, that can be selected. Let me discuss in the sheet first and then go for the slide. Okay. Now, you tell me the details, period, and then cash flow. Okay. Now, which period? 3 months. How much Jewish mark? Jewish mark 160. Payable or receivable? Payable. Next one? 6 months. How many days? Jewish mark 160. Payable or receivable? Receivable. The problem is, this receivable should be used in this payable. That's strategy. Are you following? Are you following the question? How to do that is the issue. Can I say? No. Period 0 is today. Period 0 is what? Today. Accurate number I don't know. I'll tell you only the flow and then go for the detailed calculation in the slide. Okay. What I do is, I have to pay after 3 months 160 Jewish mark or not? What I do is, today I am going to what? I am going to deposit. I am going to what? Deposit. I deposit 160 Jewish mark. Present value 160 Jewish mark. I deposit present value 160 Jewish mark. Suppose it is coming out to 150. How many is it going to be? 159. Can I have it as what? 159. One example. Okay. So how much I deposit today? 159 Jewish mark, which along with how many months interest? 3 months interest will realize how much? 160 Jewish mark. That can be used as my payable. That's what? Yes or no? Isn't it correct? No. Normally, if this is a money market hedge, what you will do? For deposit this 150 Jewish mark, what you do? You borrow dollars, buy Jewish mark, and then deposit. Accepted? Yes or no? So what I do is, I have to deposit today how many Jewish mark? 159 Jewish mark, which along with how many months interest? 3 months interest will mature to how much? 160 Jewish mark, which can be used to settle my payable. This is something sounding similar to MMH, right or not? In MMH, what I do? I'll borrow necessary dollar today, convert using spot, buy 159 Jewish mark, and then deposit. This is called as money market, right or not? Now what I do is, I am not going to borrow dollar. I am not going to borrow what? Dollar. I am going to borrow Jewish mark itself. Are you following what I am saying? So what I do is, I borrow what? 159 Jewish mark. I borrow 159 Jewish mark and deposit what? 159 Jewish mark. This deposit realizes to what? 160. That can be used to settle my what? Payable. This borrowing I am going to make not for 3 months. I am going to borrow how many months here? 6 months. At the end of 6 months, it matures to surely more than 160. Now 3 months discounting is 159. 6 months coming will be what? More than 160, yes or no? Suppose it becomes 161 doish mark. It becomes how many doish mark? 161 doish mark. How to pay 161 doish mark? 160 doish mark, I'll collect the receivable and settle 1 doish mark, I'll buy and pay. Are you following that? So that means I have to cover only an exposure of 1 doish mark, not 160 doish mark. Everybody following? Yes or no? So what happened is, I borrow against a receivable after 6 months. I deposit for a 3 months payable. So first step what I do is, I find out present value of 150 doish marks. Present value of 160 doish marks. Payable after how many months? 3 months. I should discount using 3 months interest rate, 6 months interest rate, 3 months interest rate. I'll be getting a number or not. So that number I should be what? Depositing for how many months? 3 months. So that we mature into how much? 160 doish mark. That can be used as payable. Payable over, right or not? Now, to deposit this 159 doish mark, what is required? 159. So I borrow how many doish mark? 159 doish mark. At what percent interest? 6 months interest. For how many months? 6 months. This borrowing compounds. It will be compounding surely more than what? 150, 160. I say suppose it's going to be 161 doish mark. That means at the end of the 6 months, I have to repay how much borrowing? 161. What is receivable? 160. Use receivable to settle what? 160. One more has to be paid or not. Then they can hedge using forward cover or money market hedge as it is, buy and settle. Everybody following or not? And don't say, sir, I am paying 1 doish mark extra. Don't grudge for the because it is not due to your strategy, it is due to your cash flow. Because you pay yearly, you have to receive what? Later. The time will be surely there in the calculations. I will follow what I am saying. This 1 doish mark extra payment is not due to your defective hedging strategy. It is due to what? The timing difference, because you have to pay yearly, you will be receiving what? Later. It is inbuilt into your transaction. Are you following what I am saying? In that case, what I am trying to do is, I am trying to avoid conversion as much as possible. Yes or no? I don't need any dollars. I need not convert dollars to what? Doish mark. Only for 1 doish mark, the conversion is what required, not for 160 doish mark. Everybody following not? If you don't adopt this strategy, I have to purchase an entire 160 doish mark at what rate? Offer rate. On this day, I have to purchase a what rate? Bid rate. Or I have to go for money market strategy for what? 2 transactions. All this I avoided through this hedging strategy. Everybody following not? This is what we call as exposure netting to tackle the timing difference. Those are the back. Are you following? Namma, yes or no? At least shake your heads, yeah, right or not? Now, those who want me to repeat, raise your hand. Okay, I'll repeat. Say, I don't know today whether I am ineffective or you are inefficient, I don't know, but I don't see the vibrancy. Are you following the class? Yes, sir. Okay, first of all, listen from the beginning. Story starts now. You are going. Good morning. Can I start now? Okay, yeah. Story starts now. You have to pay how many doish mark? When? One, 3, 6. Then you have what? 160 payable, 160 receivable. This understood or not? No. I have to pay 160 after 3 months. I have to receive 160 after what? 6 months. Accept it? Okay, now, what I am going to do is, similar to money market hedge, if I have a payable tomorrow, I will deposit today foreign currency, right or not? Yes, that means today I am going to deposit. I am going to what? Deposit. For how many months? 3 months. Present value of what? 160 doish mark. Suppose, at the assumed number, I am not calculating accurately, it is how much? 159. How much is going to be? 159. So what do I do? Today, I make a deposit in doish mark. I make a deposit in what? Foreign currency. How many foreign currency? 159. For how many months? 3 months. Complete the story. What about this deposit? It matures. After how many months? 3 months. For how many doish mark? This can be used as what? Payable. That story over. No. To deposit 159 doish mark, I require 159 doish mark or not? Yes, can I print a doish mark and deposit? I should get the doish mark or not? No. Normally what we do in money market hedge is, we borrow dollar, buy the doish mark and then deposit. We borrow in local currency, purchase foreign currency and then deposit, right or not? Here I am not going to borrow local dollar because I am having on receivables for me to hedge me. Yes or no? What I do is, against the receivable, how many doish mark? 160 doish mark. I today what? Borrow. I today borrow. For how many months? 6 months. Not any different number. The same what? 159 doish mark. Everybody following not? Why I borrow 159 doish mark? Because that is what I want to deposit. Yes or no? No. This borrowing, I don't borrow for 3 months. Why I don't borrow for 3 months? If I borrow for 3 months, I have to pay after what? 3 months. I don't have money to pay. Yes or no? So I borrow how many months here? 6 months. This becomes what? 160, which can be used as my payable, and this will not become 160. It will be more than 160. Yes or no? Because I discounted for 3 months, I am compounding for what? 6 months. 3 months time will be there, surely, right or not? So, suppose it's an assumed number only. How many doish mark? 161 doish mark. I have to pay or not for repaying borrowing. How to repay the borrowing? I have a customer who is going to give me what? 160. Collect that 160, settle the borrowing. One more doish mark is there or not? Bad debts, sir. For the banker, no, I have to pay the banker 1 doish mark. What I should do? I should buy the doish mark by spending what? Dollars and pay it. So that 1 doish mark is payable after how many months? 6 months. Is it exposure or not? Yes. So what I can do? I can go for a forward cover. Today itself I can say to the bank that I'll buy from you 1 doish mark after 6 months. Give me exchange rate today itself. We don't like forward cover. Hedge is one using what? Money market, etc. What happens is a 160 doish mark exposure has been made into what? 1 doish mark for hedging. These are the say significance of a netting transaction. Are you following? Yes or no? This is one way of netting. There's also another option. I'll be discussing that once I complete this particular calculation. Everybody, can I proceed or not? No. This 159 and all, I had just told whatever came to my mind. The answer is not accurate. Now we'll do the accurate calculation for the aforesaid problem. Everybody, can I start or not? Now, you should participate in doing the solution. Can I start or not? Now, see. Option 1. No need to write, just participate. I'll give you time to copy. Option 1, listen here. Find out present value of what? I am telling the steps. Find out present value of payable exposure. Then what I will do? Borrow the aforesaid amount for 6 months. Against what? Receivables. Now what I will do? Deposit the aforesaid amount for 3 months. So that the maturity process could be used to settle the payables. What will do? Repay the borrowing with interest using receivable realization after 6 months. And there will be some difference. The difference has to be what? Purchase and pay. That is not due to my strategy, that is due to my transaction. Are you following what I am saying? No. So, receivable means I want to receive like this. And then what? Payable, which needs to be what? Netted. That is what net is given. Can I proceed? No. M1, M3 and then M6. I will do it, yeah, please. Give me that liberty. Okay, now 160 doish mark payable in what? Month 3 and 160 payable in what? Month 6. Now, see. Borrow present value of 160 for how many months? 6 months. But to calculate that present value, I should discount how many months? 3 months. Is it correct? I should borrow for how many months? 6 months. But for calculating that present value, I should discount how many months here? 3 months. Now, please take the calculator. Don't watch like a movie. Take the calculator. Take the doish mark. I am going to deposit. Please tell me, I am going to deposit for how many months? I am going to deposit how many months here? 3 months. Okay. Tell me 3 months, what the interest rate in Germany? 9.5%. Okay. Take the calculator. 9.5% is for 1 year. What is for 3 months here? 9.5 divided by 4. What is the 3 months interest rate? What is the number here? 2.375. Now, calculator 1 divided by, please tell me, sorry, 160 divided by, tell calculator 160 divided by 1.02375. 150 divided by 1.02375. Everybody doing it or not? Look at it and tell me what the number here. How am I going to be here? 156. Okay, 156.28 is the amount I should deposit in Germany for 3 months. Yes or no? For this, I am going to borrow how much? Same money. How much going to borrow? 156.28. This I am going to borrow for how many months? 6 months. Tell me, what is 6 months interest rate in Germany? Tell me. 8.25. 8.25 divided by 2. What's the number going to get here? 4.125. So compound at 4.125. Have a number and what number? 156.28 into 1.04125. What number you going to get? Wait. I see so many people not doing the calculation. That is wrong. Take the calculator out. Please take the calculator out. You can never follow any sum by looking at it. Yeah, understand that first. Take the calculator out. Now, do along with me. First of all, I am going to deposit. I am going to deposit what? Present value. How much do is smart? 160 do is smart. At what percent per annum? Tell me what the deposit, what percent per annum? 9.5% per annum. How many months here? 3 months. Ennappa, right or not? This number I should calculate. How to calculate? The amount is 160 into 1 by 9.5% is for 1 year. Yes or no? What is for 3 months here? 2.375. So into 1 by 1.02375. Right or not? Tell me the number. What should be the number here? The number is how much? 1.2. 156.29 do is smart. Is that do is smart? I should deposit today in Germany. Accepted? Yes, yes or no? No. So today I should deposit. How many do is smart? 209 do is smart. At what percent? 9.5. How many months? 3 months. Which after 3 months will become what? 160. Which can be used to settle my what? Payable. Is accepted? Yes, to deposit this money, what I should do? This do is mark. Step number 2. I am going to what? At what percent? 8.5%. How many months here? 6 months. Yes or no? That means after 6 months, should I repay 156.29 or more than that? More than that. I have to pay for how many months interest? 6 months interest. Ennappa, right or not? No. Please tell me it is 156.29 into 8.5% is for 1 year. For 6 months here, 4.125 into 1.04125. Right or not my number? Tell me what the number you are going to get. Do is smart. 162.774 or 73 some number here. Okay, 74. Have it. Okay, 162.74. Everybody following or not? Now, very simple. Tell me the procedure. Today I should deposit. How many do is smart? 156.29. Today I should borrow. How many do is smart? 156.29. I deposit this at what percent? 9.5. For how many months? 3 months. I borrow the same for how much percent? 8.75%. How many months here? 6 months. Point number 1 over. Yes or no? This deposit 156.29 become how much? 160. After how many months? 3 months. That 160 deposit realization will be gone and settle my what? Payable. Payable over. Right or not? This borrowing 156.29 become how much it is? 162.74. After how many months? 6 months. How to repay this 162.74? 160 I am receiving from the customer. Yes or no? Use that. And 2.74 alone I have to what? Purchase and pay. Ennappa, right or not? Strategy. Are you having the clarity here? Now, this is option number 1 which we have discussed. That's what we have here. See, once that is borrow present value of 160 do is small. Deposit immediately for how many months? 3 months. The borrowing become how much? 162.735. The deposit become how much? 160. This 160 deposit is used to settle my payable. This 162 borrowing will be repaid with help of what? 160 receivable, and the unnetted exposure is going to be how much here? 2.735. Respond up to this. Are you following not? So what will be the 2.735? Go for a forward hedging or go for a money market hedging and continue the problem. Everybody respond yes or no. This is option number 1. You can select whichever is going to be a better option. Can you go for option number 2 or not? No. In option number 2, I am not going to do anything today. Today I am going to sleep. As usual. Okay. When I am going to wake up? After 3 months, when the supplier says, give me 160, do it smart, I run to the bank, borrow what? 160, do it smart, and settle him. I will not. I borrow after 3 months. How many do it smart? 160, do it smart. For how many months? For 3 months. Yes or no? So that borrowing at the end of 6 months will mature or not? That can be settled using what? The payable exposure. Using the receivable exposure. Everybody, I think are all following not. So instead of borrowing today 159, I borrow what? 160 till after what? How many months? 3 months. And that borrowing is not for 6 months. Will be only for how many months? 3 months. And then the borrowing can be repaid using the 6 months receivable. And the balance should be unnetted exposure, which requires hedging. Out of these two, whichever is what good, that should be selected. Please respond. Are you following or not? Okay. Now, the first strategy, just now I have explained. You can understand the 2.735 or not. Now, next is borrow do is not 160 at the end of 3 months and settle the payable immediately. Then repay the borrowing at the end of 6 months using what? Receivable exposure. Right or not? Now. Tell me, month 1, month 3, and then what? Month 6. Okay. Anything I am going to do today? Nothing. Borrow, how many do is small? 160. For how many months here? 3 months. Now tell me, I borrow 160 do is small for 3 months. At what percent interest rate? Question number, but what percent interest rate here? 9.5%. What percent? 9.5%. There is a 3 months 2 mark interest rate, yes or no? Now, you should be compound along with interest or not? Now, please tell me the calculation. 160 into 9 point, how much percent? 9.5% is for 1 year. What is for 3 months here? 2.375. So 160 into 1.02375 is a compounding number. Respond, yes or no? Tell me what the number here? 160? 163.80 or 163.8. So what happens is, this doish mark borrowed for how many months here? 3 months. Will mature to how much here? It matures to 163.8. So this borrowing will be used to settle the payable. The maturity value of the borrowing should be repaid with help of what? Receivable. What the unnetted exposure? 3.8. Which is better? 3.8 or 2.73 or 2.73. I will be going for option 1 to tackle my timing difference. Everybody, are you all following or not? Now, in both options, which option is having risk? Option 1 having risk, option 2 having risk. Both options, we don't have any currency risk. Because we don't convert and what? Reconvert. If at all, I require conversion only for what? 2.74 there and 3.8 here. Yes or no? Then I can cover using what? A forward hedging or money market hedging. Respond. Are you following not? In IFM chapter, no risk. But I am having a risk. I will tell you what it is. See, I am going to borrow in second option today after 2 or 3 months. Today after 3 months, after 3 months. When you go to the bank to borrow after 3 months, the bank need not charge the same interest what they are quoting today. You know, interest rate also changes daily. It also changes what? Daily. At that time when I go to borrow, suppose RBI interest rate increases 12% interest, I am going to suffer very much. Are you following what I am saying? Second transaction may not have currency risk. It is having a risk called as interest rate risk. What is here? Interest rate risk. It is another macroeconomic factor. Are you following not? How to protect ourselves against interest rate risk, we will be discussing in 2 separate chapters called as interest rate risk management and then interest rate swaps. Are you following not? So, how we are speaking about one economic factor called as what? Exchange rates here. That's another factor called as what? Interest rate. I am not here to discuss about interest rate risk hedging. For that, having a separate chapter called as what? Interest rate risk management. There are also interest rate options, interest rate futures, interest rate swaps, forward interest rate. Everything is going to be what? Therefore, the interest also will be discussed in a separate chapter later. Everybody following on. I just want to highlight that the second option is not without risk. It is without what risk? Currency risk. It is having what risk? Interest risk. Because when I go to borrow after how many months? 3 months. If the interest rate is against me, I'll be suffering a loss. Are you following now? That is another factor. Macroeconomic factor called as what? Interest rates. We'll be discussing in the later stages. Are you following or not? So tell me which is better option? Option 1 or option 2? Option 1 is better in 2 counts. Low outflow as well as what? There is no interest rate risk also can be the solution given. Everybody following or not? With this we complete the sum. Now just a minute. This working detail, I think I can understand this or not? Okay, I'll just show you if you want. Option 1, computer. What is option 1 here? I'm going to calculate the present value of exposure. I discount how many months? 3 months. 156.2881. Enna per right or not? You call as 156.29. This money I'm going to what? First to borrow for how many months? 6 months. At how much percent? 8.25. The same money I'm going to what? Deposit for how many months? 3 months at 9.5. Which will mature first? Deposit. The deposit will mature to how much? 160, which can be used to settle my payable. The borrowing will mature to 162.74, as you said. That can be settled using what? Receivables. And the unnetted exposure is going to be how much? 2.735. That requires hedging. That's an elaborate answer. Right or not? In the second case, option 2, please tell me what happens in option 2. Number 1 is, I'm going to do anything today? Nothing. I'm going to borrow after 3 months. How much do is small? 160 do is small. For how many months? 3 months. At what percent? 9.5. This is going to be used for what? Settling the payable immediately. This borrow do is small should be repaid along with what? Interest. What the maturity value? It is 160 into 1 plus 9.5% by 4. Gives you 163.8. How to repay the 163.8? I have a receivable for 160. Exposure required hedging is what? 3.8. Don't think that 3.8 is the last you to netting strategy. The 3.8 is last you to what? Because you only agree to receive in what? 6 months and pay in what? 3 months. For which you cannot blame me for what? Giving a strategy. Or is an inbuilt into your transaction or not to make strategy. Everybody following not. So this is what we call as an exposure netting using a timing difference. Please tell me, are you following? Okay, please copy the solution. So netting possibilities. Question number 28. Take question number 28. Netting possibilities. Netting possibilities. Interest payment FF for 100. Interest payment French franc 100 can be netted off against interest payment French franc 100 can be netted off against receivables of French franc 100. Interest payment of French franc 100 can be netted off against receivables of French franc 100. Can be netted off against receivables of French franc 100. Next point. Deutschmark 160. DEM is a German currency. Deutschmark 160 receivable. Deutschmark 160 receivable can be netted off against Deutschmark 160 receivable can be netted off against Deutschmark 160 payable. Deutschmark 160 receivable can be netted off against Deutschmark 160 payable. However, perfect netting not possible. However, perfect netting not possible due to timing difference. However, perfect netting not possible due to timing difference. Perfect netting not possible due to timing difference. That is payable falls due in 3 months. That is payable falls due in 3 months, whereas receivables in 6 months. Payable falls due in 3 months, whereas receivables in 6 months. Whereas receivables in 6 months. Receivables in 6 months. Now, respond. Are you following the first point or not? No. Options available to tackle timing difference. 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 Now, can I start or not? No. Option 1. Okay. We need not copy this because it will be explained in what? The calculation itself with the numbers, right or not? So, it is only for you to visualize first. You need not copy this. So, option 1, you copy the diagram first and then the detail working for it. Simply write payable, receivable. Don't copy that picture. Okay. Finish copying, huh? Finished, huh? I just have a doubt. Borrow present value of 160, no? This 160 should be discounted by 6 months or 3 months. Why 3 months? I want the 160 to mature in 3 months to settle. I think you're all following up? No. Can I put the next slide or not? No. This is only a summary slide. You have the detail working in the next slide. Copy this. This is self-explanatory. Okay, copy the slide quickly. Easy one. Don't talk. Finish coming on. Are you all able to read it? Should I read it for you? Those are back. Okay. From which point should I read? Last two lines can I read it out? Okay, write down. Receivables after 6 months. Nothing there. Receivables after 6 months. I am reading the last two lines. Receivables after 6 months. Doish mark 160. Receivables after 6 months. Doish mark 160. Next. Exposure requiring hedging. Exposure requiring hedging. Exposure requiring hedging. 162.7350 minus 162.7350 minus 160. 162.7350 minus 160 is equal to 2.735. Is equal to 2.735. Please tell me, everybody have finished copying or not? No. Option 2. Please don't talk. Please. Stop talking, please. Shall I proceed? Okay. Option 2, computation. Finish copying, huh? Those not copy, raise your hand. Okay. Shall I proceed? Shall I proceed? Now. Unnetted exposure. Continue writing. Unnetted exposure. Option 1. Doish mark 2.735. Unnetted exposure. Option 1. Doish mark 2.735. Option 1. Doish mark 2.735. Option 2. Doish mark 3.80. Option 2. Doish mark 3.80. Tell me which is least. Option 1. Option 1 is preferable as it requires lesser amount of foreign currency to be hedged. Option 1 is preferable as it requires lesser amount of foreign currency to be hedged. Option 1 is preferable as it requires lesser amount of foreign currency to be hedged. As it requires lesser amount of foreign currency to be hedged. Okay, now tell me, how much should be hedged? 2.735. This is an exposure today after 6 months. That is a payable or receivable? Payable or receivable? Payable. I have a payable exposure of 2.735. Do it after what? 6 months. This is something similar to money market is payable, right or not? Tell me. This 2.735 can be hedged in how many ways here? 2 ways. One is using what? Forward cover. Another using what? Money market hedge. I cannot go for leading and all because leading will work only when you have 2 rates. Euro rates and then what? Domestic rates. That is not that, right or not? So always it is only between forward versus money market hedge. That hedging part, I will leave it as homework. Can I do it or not? Yes, sir. No, yes or no? Yes, sir. Will you do it? It is as simple as a previous sums only. How we hedged $1 lakh, I want to hedge what? Do is what? 2.735. So I can do either using forward or money market hedge. Is the solution for this particular sum. Respond. Are you following? So one of the CFA problem, and it is also involving the hedging. In that problem, they tested on what? Timing difference tackling, as well as what? Your ability to do the forward hedging or money market hedging. Can I proceed or not? No. Write down notes. Write down notes. When we use, point number 1, when we use foreign currency receivable to settle, when we use foreign currency receivable to settle foreign currency payables, when we use foreign currency receivables to settle foreign currency payables, the strategy is called exposure netting. The strategy is called exposure netting. The strategy is called exposure netting. Point number 1 or 2? 2. Netting has 2 advantages. Netting has 2 advantages. A. Point A. Since it avoids conversion and reconversion, exchange risk is eliminated. Since it avoids conversion and reconversion, Exchange risk is eliminated. Exchange risk is eliminated. I think I find the first point or not. Conversion, reconversion means first I have to receive dollar, convert into rupees, and then reconvert rupees into what? Dollars for settling means I have to have two exchanges or not. The exchanges can be avoided. Point B. Since conversion, reconversion is avoided, since conversion and reconversion is avoided, since conversion and reconversion is avoided, loss due to spread is also eliminated. Since conversion and reconversion is avoided, loss due to spread is also eliminated. Loss due to spread is also eliminated. I need not elaborate on this one. I know. Tell me why loss due to spread is eliminated here? Because when I sell, I have to sell at what? Bid rate. When I buy the same dollar, I have to buy at what? Offer rate. Are having some loss due to spread or not? That can be eliminated through the exposure netting. Point number 2 or 3 here? 3. Exposure netting is one of the allowed method of repatriation. Exposure netting is one of the allowed method of repatriation. Exposure netting is one of the allowed method of repatriation under section 2y of exposure netting is one of the allowed method of repatriation under section 2y of section 2y of what? Foreign Exchange Management Act. Under section 2y of Foreign Exchange Management Act. Under section 2y of Foreign Exchange Management Act. 2, that is within brackets y. It comes in the definitions under section 2y of Foreign Exchange Management Act. Okay. This is enough, but the same act is having a section 8. The section 8 speaks about realization, repatriation, surrender of foreign exchange. In that they have a regulation called as Foreign Exchange Management, Realization, Repatriation, and Surrender of Foreign Exchange Regulation. That regulation also defines what? Repatriation. The definition is ditto copy and paste of what section? 2y itself. Everybody following an order? So tell me in that, what are the 3 methods of repatriation? Tell me. Bringing foreign currency into India and converting with the authorized dealer into local currency. Second is what? Keeping the foreign currency in an account or say maintained with the bankers. There can be 2 very major accounts. One is RFC account, another is exchange earners foreign currency account. The third is what? Using the receivable to settle the payable. You cannot say you have not brought into India because something going out of India is also what? Avoided. In the case that is also allowed to be a deemed repatriation. That is what we call in this strategy as what? Exposure netting. Now, with this, we complete up to question number 28, right or not? Now, in between, few sums I have not done till now. One is currency arbitrage, question number 14, right now? Another is that interest rate parity problem, one question number 12 has to be done. And one money market problem, I think it is question number 21. These things I'll come back and do it later. I'm just moving in the main trend of this chapter. Can I proceed? Now, the next slot I'll be now discussing is called as disposal of forwards. That discussion is about what? Disposal of forwards. It starts from question number 29. It will go up to question number 40. Question number 29 to question number 40. This slot is called a disposal of forward. Again, very repeatedly asked type of question in the examination, but a simple and easy area also. 29 to 40 is having how many sums? How many sums here? 12 sums. Okay. We're going to have 12 situations. We're going to have how many sums here? 12 sums. So, in another 2 hours, we can complete all the 12 sums, including the background discussion. Background discussion will be lengthy. Once it is done, the problems can be solved in no time. Can I start or not? Now, the issue is disposal of forwards. Now, shall I start or not? Okay. Now, you need not copy. I will never give you time to copy this. Then batch will be over. By the time you copy it, that is why I am giving you the printouts for this. Okay. Now, those who can see in the slide can see from the slide, or the sheet has been given. From that also you can just look at it. So both are same thing only. Can I start or not? No. Don't talk, please. Let us have a background discussion for this before you move into the problems. Okay. Now, forward is a agreement, contract decided today for a transaction to take place on a future date. Right or not? Yes. Okay. What can happen to the forward contract is the issue. Why not? There can be so many things that can happen to a forward contract. How all those things will happen and the financial life will be given to is the subject matter of discussion in this area called as disposal of forward. Because once you enter into the forward, everything need not happen as per the plan. So many things can happen to a forward contract. Above, let us see what is going to happen. Can you start or not? First, a forward contract can either be honored or can be cancelled. Today you enter into a forward contract, it can be honored. The contract may be gone through, or later you feel the forward is not required, the forward can be cancelled. So any contract can be honored as well as cancelled, right or not? So to the forward contract. The forward contract which you enter with your bank can either be honored or can be what? Cancelled. Right or not? Now, next. Honoring forward contract can be done in 3 ways. Can be done how many ways here? 3 ways. Honoring as planned on due date. Yes or no? Or advancing or preponing the forward or extending the forward. These are 3 types of what? Honoring a forward. I'll just tell you with the help of numbers to understand much more easier dates. Okay. Suppose today is 1st January. Easy to remember. Today is what? 1st January. I enter into a forward on 1st April. I enter into a forward for what? 1st April. That is, the rate is agreed on 1st January for a transaction to take place on what? 1st April. It can be a forward purchase or forward sell. Let us discuss it later. There's a forward contract maturing on what? 1st April. Enter into which date? 1st January. Yes or no? On 1st April, the forward can be gone through and closed. It's a normal honoring. Yes or no? It is honored on what? Due date. There's nothing great to it, nothing to discuss there. Are you following? But it can also happen that, suppose I'm having a forward sell on 1st April. Forward sell on what? 1st April. Later I tell the bank, I am not going to sell on 1st April. Please prepone the forward to 1st March. They can ask or not? See, my customer said he'll be paying on what? 1st April. Suddenly he said, no, I'll be paying on what? 1st March. Means I say the bank, say I have a forward with you for what? 1st April. Please advance the forward, prepone the forward, not on 1st April to what? 1st March. You can request the bank or not? In that case, the forward will be honored, but not on due date, but on what? Advance or preponement. Respond, yes or no? Or the customer says, no, I will not be able to pay on 1st April. I'll give the dollars only on what? 1st May. So what I do, I go to the bank and say, see, we have a forward contract on 1st April. Please roll over or please what? Extend the forward to what? 1st May. I can ask for an extension of the forward. Right or not? So the forward contract can be honored either on due date as planned, or plan can change where I want to prepone it or I want to what? Postpone it. Is the first 3 branches honored on due date, yearly, or what? Late. Right? First 3 is understood what I am saying? Now, next, come to the yearly. 1st April is the original forward. I want to prepone it to what? 1st March. Okay. This I can do on 1st March or before 1st March. Both are possible. Yeah. See, I said I am going to sell you on 1st April. Original transaction. Yes or no? Yes, suddenly I came to know that I am going to receive the dollar not on 1st April but on what? 1st March. In that case, I want to sell on 1st April or 1st March or 1st March. This information I may get before the 1st March or on 1st March. Right or not? In that case, the preponement can be happening earlier than the date of preponement or what? On the preponement date. Everybody follow what I am saying? These are the two types of preponement that can happen. Should I repeat? Can I proceed? Those who want to repeat, raise your hand. Okay, again repeat. Now, 1st January, today, you went to the bank, enter into a forward, maturing on what date? Measure what date? 1st April. Why 1st April? Because you have exported a good, forward sell you are buying, exported a good, and you expect to receive the dollar on what date? 1st April. Hence you went to the bank for a forward contract expiring on 1st April. Yes or no? The exporter called you and said, no, I am not going to pay on 1st April, I am going to sell on what? 1st March. This phone call you can receive in February or receive on 1st March, right or not? February 1st you say, yes, I am going to make you payment in next month. Yes, you can say, or today you can say, today I am going to make a payment, right or not? In that case, you can receive that phone call either on 1st February or what? 1st March. That means I prepone the forward either before the date on which I want the preponement or what? On the date of preponement. Respond, yes or no? In that case, yearly on what? Due date. Yearly means what? Preponement. This preponement is done before the date of preponement or what? On the date of preponement. Everybody following or not? Like that. Extension. Like that what? Extension. 1st April I went for a forward sell. Now I know that I don't want to sell on 1st April. I want to sell on what? 1st May. This I come to know on 1st April or before 1st April. The forward matures on what? 1st April. But I want to make it as what? 1st May now. I want to extend. The extension can be done on the due date of forward or before the due date of forward. Is it possible or not? In that case, extension yearly. Extension what? On the due date. Everybody following what I am saying? Now tell me, forward can be honored in how many ways? Name the 3 ways here. On due date, preponement, extension. Yes or no? Now, on due date, any charm? No charm. It is as good as normally done. Yes or no? But when I just prepone, when I just advance it, I can advance it before what? That is advancement date or on what? Due date. I want to sell on 1st March means I can say that to the bank on 1st February itself or on what? 1st March. Due date means the date in which I want the sell. Are you following what I am saying? Or I can even what? Extend. I can extend on due date or what? Before due date. In this, these are all the issues regarding the honoring. Yes or no? Now, I can cancel forward itself once for all. Are you following or not? Cancel means 1st April I wanted to what? Go for a forward sell. Then the order has been what? Cancel. I tell the bank, please cancel the forward contract. This again intimate to the bank on 1st April or what? Before 1st April. So the cancellation can be done yearly or on what? Due date. Everybody yes or no? That means look at the numbers. I can advance. I can what? Advance yearly on due date. 2 transactions no. I can extend yearly on due date. I can cancel yearly on due date. How many situations? 6 situations. Can happen to an importer, can happen to what? Exporter. Can be for payable or for what? Receivable. So into 2 gives you what? 12 sums. Are you following? A simple mathematics, yeah, right or not? So tell me how many 6 situations? Tell me one by one. I can prepone before due date or on due date. I can extend before due date, on due date. I can cancel before due date, on due date. All this can be done by a payable person. So how many sums are there? 12 sums are there for each and everything. Everybody has known, that's why I have written as importer, exporter, importer, exporter in the sheet. Are you following up to this or not? More we can understand through an example to be discussed now. Everybody can suppose how all these are going to happen. Let us see how it is going to be discussed. Everybody up to this, the structure, are you following? Okay, now look at the discussion. Okay, tell me. 1st January, I went to the bank. I went to the bank on what? 1st January. For a forward expiring on 1st April. Suppose I went for a forward purchase. You are an importer or exporter? Importer, exporter, importer. You went for a forward purchase because you have to pay the dollar on which date? 1st April. Forward has been entered into, right or not? Okay. Listen to the date. I got a call from my supplier. The supplier made a phone call. Okay. He called me on 1st February. He called me on what? 1st February. He said that I don't want the money on 1st April. Please pay the money on 1st March. Please pay the money on what? 1st March. That means I want the dollar on 1st April or 1st March. This when I came to know. 1st February. So I am going to prepone my forward, which I came to know what? Yearly. RL is called as yearly. Everybody RL follow say. Yearly means what? Preponement. Which I come to know what? Yearly. How to do it is a issue. RL follow not? Okay. Understand that. No transaction can be cancelled in foreign currency market. Understand that first. No transaction can be cancelled. Transaction can be only countered. Can only be what? Countered. And new transactions can be entered into. Let us see what is going to happen. Tell me, I want my dollar on 1st April or 1st March. So what I do is, I enter into another forward contract. Enter into what? Another forward contract. On which date? 1st February. I go to the bank on 1st February. As soon as a telephone call comes, I say, please give me a forward contract for a date maturing on what? 1st March. I went for a forward purchase. Response yes or no. How many contracts I am having? One is I have to buy dollar on 1st March. I have to buy dollar on what? 1st April. This 1st March dollar when I buy it to settle my supplier. Yes or no? But I don't want this dollar or not. So what I do is today itself on which day? 1st February. I enter into another forward contract. It is maturing on what? 1st April. It is a forward sell. Are you following or not? What happens is very simple. I go to the bank on 1st February, purchase dollar, settle my what? Supplier. Yes or no? Again I go to the bank on what? 1st April, purchase dollar and sell the same dollar to what? Bank. Because I have a forward purchase, I also have what? A forward sell. They cancel out against each other. Respond yes or no? Rate need not be equal. We'll discuss rate in the problem. But are you all following the transaction or not? This is how one should do what? Prepone the forward. Can I proceed up? Now, please once again tell me. Originally, I wanted to buy my dollar on which day? So I went for what purchase? When I got my phone call? Then he said, I want the money in what? Again I ran to the bank. On which day? 1st February, enter into another new forward contract for forward purchase. But the original forward purchase be cancelled or not? How to cancel? On same 1st February, I enter into another transaction maturing on what? 1st April. For giving founder to forward purchase, I give what? Forward sell. Is a transaction. I think you are all following or not? Now, tell me. Same thing. Let's go for a exporter. 1st January, I went to the bank for a forward expiring on what? 1st April. It's going to be forward sell. That means what? I have exported goods. I am going to receive my money on 1st April. Hence, I went for a forward sell. When I got a call from my customer, 1st February, he said, no, I will not give on 1st April. I will give the money on what? 1st March. Suppose there is a change in plan. In that case, I run to the bank on 1st February. Tell me, for a transaction expiring on what? 1st March. I go for what? Forward sell. Same 1st February, I enter in transaction maturing on what? 1st April. For what? A forward purchase. Okay. Now, this forward sell will be made by getting currency from whom? Customer. But this forward sell will be made by purchasing through what? Forward purchase. From the bank, I do the forward purchase as well as what? The forward sell also. Bank will net and give me the amount. Everybody are you following order? So this is what is going to happen in the forward preponement. Enough right or not? Now, answer the question. Same thing. 1st April, I went to the bank for a forward purchase. Right or not? Now, my customer said, I don't want on 1st April. I want on what? 1st March. My supplier said, please pay the money on what? 1st March. You got the telephone call on which day? 1st March. I got the call on what? 1st March. He said, today itself pay me the money. He just what? Ordered you. Then what you did? You ran to the bank and went for a transaction of what purchase? Spot purchase. Because today I have to settle or not? Go for what? Spot purchase. Same day, enter into what? Another transaction maturing on what? 1st April. For what sell here? Forward sell. Everybody, are you following what I'm saying? So how many transactions covered? 3 transactions covered. All the 3 are about what? Preponement. Enna right or not? Now, tell me next. You all should tell me what to what? 1-1. Sollaba 1-1-2. Solliya. 1-4. What is the transaction? Forward sell. Now I want to sell on 1-4 or 1-3 1-3. I came to know on which date? 1-3. Tell me what to what? 1-3 to 1-3. How to sell? Spot sell. How to cancel a forward sell? 1-3 to 1-4. Forward purchase. Respond. Are you following not? So out of 12, how many transactions you know? 4. All the 4 is about what? Preponing from 1st April to what? 1st March. Which is known on 1st March or which is known what? Before 1st March are the two situations. Everybody following? Number correct earlier. Can I go to next 4? Guess. What are the next 4 all about? Postponement. It's all about what? Extension. Okay. Now listen here. 1st January I went, tell me the date, to what? 1st April, forward purchase. Now, I come to know that I don't want to purchase on 1st April, I want to purchase on 1st May. I want to postpone. This I came to know not on 1st April, but before what? 1st April. He called me on, for example, 1st March and said, please don't pay me on 1st April, pay me on what? 1st May. So tell me what I will do. 1st March to what? 1st May, I enter into another forward purchase. This forward purchase, I do the dollar to settle my payable. How do you cancel the original forward purchase? Through sell. On the same 1st March, for a transaction expiring in what? 1st April, I am going to go for what? A forward sell. Ennappa right or not? Now tell me, you go to the bank how many times? Okay, first time already gone. You leave it here. Now I want to know how many times here? 2 times. You go to the bank on 1st May. You go to bank on what? 1st May. To do what? A forward purchase. Before that, you went to the bank on what? 1st April, where you did the original forward purchase and also what? New forward sell. That gets cancelled out against each other, yes or no? So you have the only desired forward purchase on 1st May. Can I proceed or not? Now, tell me the next item. You went to the bank on 1st January for a transaction expiring on 1st April. For what transaction? Forward sell. Tell me, will you pay on 1st April? You want to pay on 1st May? Yeah? You want to pay on 1st May. For that, I went to the bank once again on what date? 1st March. Entering a transaction expiring on 1st May. What sell? Forward sell. How to cancel 1-4? On 1-3, I go for a 1-4 forward purchase. It gets cancelled. Are you following what I am saying? Now, next. 1st April, I went for what? Forward purchase. Now I want to extend it to 1st May or not? This extension I am doing before due date, on due date, on due date. So what happened is, I went on 1-4. On 1-4, I went for what? A spot sell. Because on this day I do a forward purchase, this is what? A spot sell. And then on the same 1-4, I went for what? 1-5, a forward purchase. In the not. So on 1-4, I came to know that I should not purchase on 1-4. I should purchase on what? 1-5. 1-4, I went to the bank, purchased and sold what? Spot, and enter into a new forward contract to sell on what? 1-4 or 1-5. Everybody following or not? Now, same way, you tell me for this transaction 1-1-2. All of you 1-1-2 what? 1-4. Tell me what is the number? What is the name? Forward purchase. Next 1-4 to what? 1-5. I went for what? Forward sell. Next is what? 1-4 to 1-4. What are you going to do? Spot purchase. Everybody having the clarity or not? How many transactions over? 8 transactions. What are transactions? 8. How 8 transactions? I prepone before the date, on the date, for forward purchase, forward sell. I postpone before the due date, on the due date, for forward purchase, forward sell. How many categories are over? 8 categories. All these are honoring forward. I am not cancelling only what? Honoring forward, but on a different date. Everybody following not? Now, I need not have the forward itself. It's not going to what? Cancellation of forward. Okay, much more simple. 1st January, I went into a forward, explaining what? 1st April, forward purchase. On 1st March, I want to cancel. How I cancel? 1st March to what? 1st April, I went for what? Forward sell. Over. Yes or no? Next. 1st January, I went to the bank for a transaction on 1st April, forward sell. I want to cancel on 1st March. How to cancel? 1st March to 1st April, forward purchase. 1st January, I went to the bank for a forward purchase on 1st April. I want to cancel on what? 1st April. How to cancel on 1st April forward purchase? Spot sell. Enna right or not? Now, On 1st January, I went to the bank for a transaction on 1st April for a forward sell. How to cancel this on 1/4? Spot purchase. These are the 12 transactions that happens in a forward disposal. Everybody, are you following on? For each, we'll be doing a sum in the next stage. Please respond. Are you following on? Yes. Right or not? No. Please copy these 12 transactions just for you to understand. Write down situation 1. Okay. This you need not copy. This is given in the slide sheet itself. Write situation 1. Situation 1. Give the heading and write. Okay, situation 1. Advancing forward purchase yearly. Advancing forward purchase yearly. Because I want on 1st March, which I come to know in what? 1st February itself. Advancing forward purchase yearly. Advancing forward purchase yearly. A font size very big, yeah. Slide is very small, 3 lines. That too 1114. Forward purchase, etc. You should have by this time finished copying. Yes or no? Finished, huh? I will dictate, okay. Situation 2. Advancing forward sell yearly. Situation 2. Advancing forward sell yearly. Advancing forward sell yearly. 11 to 14 forward sell. 11 to 14 forward sell. 12 to 13 forward sell. 12 to 13 forward sell. 12 to 14 forward purchase. 12 to 14 forward purchase. 12 to 13 forward sell. 12 to 14 forward purchase. Can I proceed? Next. Situation 3. Advancing forward purchase on requirement date. Advancing forward purchase on requirement date. When I require it? 1/3. On the date I go for the transaction. Advancing forward purchase on requirement date. Advancing forward purchase on requirement date. 11 to 14 forward purchase. 11 to 14 forward purchase. 13 to 13 spot purchase. 13 to 13 spot purchase. Tell me why I do the spot purchase? To settle my payable. Because on 13 I want $1 immediately, hence I went for what? Spot purchase. 13 to 14 forward sell. 13 to 14 forward sell. Why I went for this forward sell? Because the dollar that is done through what? Forward purchase can be immediately sold using what? Forward sell. On 1/4 I purchase dollar with the bank as well as what? Sell dollar to the bank is a counter transaction. Everybody following or not? No. Situation 3 or situation 4? Situation 4. Advancing forward sell on the date of requirement. Advancing forward sell on the date of requirement. Advancing forward sell on the date of requirement. One to 14 forward sell. 11 to 14 forward sell. 13 to 13 spot sell, 11 to 14 forward sell, 13 to 13 spot sell, 13 to 14 forward purchase, 13 to 14 forward purchase. Now, situation 4 or 5? 5. Now, if you all are awake, good morning friends. Good morning, tell me situation 5. Extension of forward purchase, situation 5, extension of forward purchase before due date. 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 11 to 14 forward purchase. 11 to 14 forward purchase. 13 to 15 forward purchase. Why I do the next forward purchase? I want the money only on that day. 13 to 15 forward purchase. 13 to 14 forward sell. 13 to 14 forward sell. Why I do this forward sell 13 to 14? To counter the 14 forward purchase, I can cancel only this way, a contract. Yes or no? Right or not? Next. Situation 5 or 6? 6. Situation 6. Extension of forward sell. Extension of forward sell before due date. Extension of forward sell before due date. Extension of forward sell before due date. 11 to 14 forward sell. 11 to 14 forward sell. 13 to 15 forward sell. 13 to 15 forward sell. 13 to 14 forward purchase. 13 to 14 forward purchase. This forward purchase is to cancel the original forward, and this forward sell is for the new requirement. That's the thing. I have to cancel, counter original and then initiate a new transaction. Right or not? Next. Situation 7. Situation 7. Extension of forward purchase. Situation 7. Extension of forward purchase on due date. Extension of forward purchase on due date. Extension of forward purchase on due date. 11 to 14 forward purchase. 11 to 14 forward purchase. 14 to 15 forward purchase. 14 to 15 forward purchase. 14 to 14 spot sell. 14 to 14 spot sell. Don't get irritated. Tell me, how many things I should do? I should do 2 things. Since I don't want to purchase on 14, I want to purchase on what? 15. I go for a new forward purchase. Since I don't want on 14, I have to cancel the original forward purchase. I cancel this using what? Spot sell. Why I cancel using spot sell? Because I cancel on due date only at the spot rate. Everybody is on a, had I cancelled earlier, had I cancelled using what? A forward rate. Since I cancelled on due date, I have to cancel using only a spot rate. Everybody yes or no? Now, step 7 or situation 7 or 8? Situation 8. Forward sell extended on due date. Situation 8. Forward sell extended on due date. Situation 8. Forward sell extended on due date. Forward sell extended on due date. 11 to 14 forward sell. 11 to 14 forward sell. 11 to 14 forward sell. Now tell and write. What is the next item? 14 to 15 forward sell. 14 to 15 forward sell. Next is what? 14 to 14 spot purchase. 14 to 15 forward sell. 14 to 14 spot purchase. 14 to 14 spot purchase. Everybody following or not? Next. Situation 9. Cancellation of forward purchase. Situation 9. Cancellation of forward purchase before due date. Cancellation of forward purchase before due date. Cancellation of forward purchase before due date. 11 to 14. What is the original transaction? Forward purchase. 11 to 14 forward purchase. Suppose I cancel on 1-3. What is the next transaction? Today's transaction here? 1-3 to 1-4. It is what? Forward sell. 1-3 to 1-4 forward sell. So when I cancel the forward? 1st March. How I cancel? By giving a counter on 1st April forward. Can I proceed? Next. Situation 10. Forward sell cancelled. Forward sell cancelled before due date. Forward sell cancelled before due date. 11 to 14 forward sell. 11 to 14 forward sell. 11 to 14 forward sell. Next is what? 13 to 14 forward purchase. 13 to 14 forward purchase. Situation 11. Can you all tell me what situation 11? Forward purchase cancelled on due date. Situation 11. Forward purchase cancelled on due date. Situation 11. Forward purchase cancelled on due date. Can I start above? Now. 11 to 14 forward purchase. 11 to 14 forward purchase. 14 to 14 spot sell. 11 to 14 forward purchase. 14 to 14 spot sell. 14 to 14 spot sell. Last point. Situation 12. Situation 12. Forward sell cancelled on due date. Forward sell cancelled on due date. 11 to 14 forward sell. 11 to 14 forward sell. Tell me what is the next transaction? All of you tell the last what is the next transaction? 14 to 14 spot purchase. 14 to 14 spot purchase. 14 to 14 spot purchase. Only thing is selecting the appropriate exchange rate and telling the gain or loss in preponement or postponement will be done in the next class in the aforesaid 12 subs. 1 minute here, please. Why you are packing? Up to 9:50 classes, you don't make it at 9 o'clock. Okay, now listen here. See, always whenever anything new is started, people like it. But if I keep on speaking foreign exchange for 3 or 4 classes, you feel saturated, right or not? You are not here to get entertained. You are here to what? Learn, right or not? What I am saying? In that case, have the stamina, because I can see first class direct index, something new has been learned. So jumping and answering, all those things are happening, right or not? Next class forward, okay, something new coming, okay. Power, purchasing power, interest and parity, okay, something greater happening. Commentators, arbiters, enjoying, money is what? New. But as it progresses, dollar, rupee, pound, purchase, sell, you'll be getting somewhat irritated, right or not? Like that you should not be. You should be having patience and what? Stamina to learn. Because anything done may be an examination problem. Are you following up? No. Because some chapter is big. I have to teach what? Everything before I go to the next chapter. I cannot keep on changing every day one chapter. Some chapter take what? A long time to complete. So, for this, the best way is to revise and come. Always be on what? Toes. Revise thoroughly before you come to the next class.
Thank you friends. Om Sai Bhojanapalli.